ang walang kupas
Oh, hi,
na si Andrea.
guys.
Look at that. This is so beautiful.
This is the most important part of the house.
Oh, wow. What was life like nung Viva Hot Babe ka noon?
It was hard because I was the breadwinner at that time. Naiiyak ako.
Go ahead. Oo.
As a mother, you know, you can't help but blame yourself, right? Where did I go wrong? There's this Bible verse that kept me going. He said, the pain that you are feeling is nothing compared to the joy that is yet to come. I always believe that, you know, whatever you decide to do in life, good or bad, you know, you have to face the consequences and just learn from it.
Hello, Andrea.
Hi, Miss Karen.
Hello.
Welcome to my home.
Ang walang kupas
Oh,
na si
hi,
Andrea.
guys.
Look at that beautiful
Hello,
woman over
come
here.
in.
Thank you for having me. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you for the visit.
This is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Ikaw lang ba gumawa nito?
Yes.
It's a very parang Filipino-inspired home.
Yes. So,
Ikwento mo nga, when did you move here?
siguro mga almost 20 years.
20
Ganon.
years
Pero
ka na
old
dito.
house siya.
Oo. So ito katasto ng kasipagan mo.
Yes.
Right? Right? Okay, kwento mo naman to. I like it. Why did you...
So-
This is so beautiful.
Medyo
Ano?
Indonesian yata yan eh.
Oo.
Pero because yung details na, I like it so much.
Oo.
And then, when I saw it in a shop, sabi ko, parang kasya to dun sa bintana. And true enough,
But eksakto, tignan nyo.
hindi siya sakto. Pinadikit ko lang ito para magsakto.
Pina-extend.
Yeah.
Ang ganda niya.
Oo.
Because ngayon, nagkaroon yung window
Yeah.
ng
Para siyang frame.
may frame.
Naka-frame siya.
Oo.
Nung time na binubuo ko yung house, parang my inspiration was Filipino-inspired.
Oo.
So I would go to antique stores, ganon.
Yeah.
And just put things together.
Yeah.
And you know, when I find interesting things, I just buy it. Yung ganon.
Okay.
It's like things that remind me of something. Halimbawa, this one, lola ko may ganito eh.
Ay, oo.
Yung sa house ng lola ko before, sabi ko, wow, I like the green. And then, this is an old ashtray, di ba?
Oo.
Look at this. I don't know if they have this anymore. It's an ashtray.
Ay, ashtray to.
Ashtray.
Ang galing.
You know, it's just from an antique store. I'm like, oh, I like that.
Oo, oo. Ito nga, ang ganda nito. Tingnan niyo po
Oh,
yung shelf ni Andrea.
This, isang puno lang po ito na bili ko.
Oo.
And then,
Kumbaga,
with papers, guys.
Pero wait, hindi mo pinaputol ang puno.
Hindi ko
Putol
putol na. And then they said, oh, they are selling this tree. I said, okay, I'll buy it.
Oo.
So, pinagawa ko siyang ganito.
Ang ganda.
And then, naging dining table din and headboard.
Patingin yung dining.
Ah!
Ang galing mo naman.
Ang
So,
galing.
we are now entering, eto yung kanyang kitchen.
So,
You have an
kitchen
open
and-
kitchen.
Oh, yeah. And then
I love
dining.
it. Ay, ang ganda.
Yeah. From one tree siya.
Oo.
Really cheap. So, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be my dining. We would always have parties here with Anthony, ganon, birthdays. I host parties for the Hot Babes. I've hosted several times.
You are still in touch with the Viva Hot
Yes,
Babes?
yes, of course.
Kamusta na sila?
Naging ninang na rin ako ng anak nung iba, ganon.
Meron ka bang
They're
mga
fine.
kasamahan noon na kumbaga nalungkot ka with how their life turned out? May isa akong na-interview kasi na Viva Hot Babe, yumaman sa negosyo.
And a lot more. Yung isa meron ng parang wellness, health and wellness business.
Oo. So,
you know,
umasenso.
Meron ding naging politician din.
Na Viva Hot
The
Babe.
Viva Hot Babes, diba? Not only me, there's another one.
So, ang ibig ko
Yeah.
sabihin, umasenso ang mga
Of course.
kasamahan mo sa Viva Hot Babes.
Yes.
Hindi pa kayo
Oo.
nag-aaway-away nun?
Of course, hindi mawawala yun. Every day, when we were growing up, kasi syempre mga contemporary ko sa Viva, magkakasama kami, sinong hindi mag-aaway, di ba? You know, nagnanakawan ng heels, tinatago
Yung mga
ni
ganun,
gano'n. Ganon, ha? So, So, hindi mawawala yun.
I love
think
it.
It's
I
important.
love yung issue po nila.
Yes.
Nagnanakawan ng heels.
Oo, nagnanakawan ng heels,
Ganun na.
nagsasabunutan.
Oh my God.
So, I think it's important.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
healthy to have that.
All right, look at this. This is so beautiful.
Yes.
It's who made
Kenneth
this?
Cobonpue.
Kenneth Cobonpue.
Yes.
I've noticed nga you have the
Yes.
Chiquita chair,
Yes.
the Kenneth Cobonpue, and the lamb consistently.
Oh.
Very Filipino.
Yes. Ito, hindi na natin makikita to sa mga, di ba?
Oo, ang ganda.
Rice gods. But it's
Beautiful.
for aesthetic purposes.
Oo.
Siyempre, I don't believe in those things. Di ba?
Oo,
Kasi nga,
oo.
Kristiyano tayo.
Ano kasi it's the representation of the
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
Diba? Is all over your home. And
Yeah.
eto naman is...
Ito rin, kasama rin doon.
Dun din.
Dun din,
So yung
pinagawa ko
kahoy
lang.
na yun, ang dami mo talagang nagawa
Yeah,
doon.
madami.
So, do you cook? Nagluluto ba si
Yes, I do.
Andrea?
I do sometimes, but I
Oo.
bake more than I cook.
But you know what I love
Kasi-
about her kitchen? Look at it, ah. Okay, other than it's open, it's really used.
Medyo magulo.
No, but because
I have-
you're using your kitchen.
Yes.
Oo, it's so nice. What was life like nung Viva Hot Babe ka noon?
It was hard because I was the breadwinner at that time. My parents got separated when I was young. With all humility, my father came from somehow may kaya naman, but my mom was not financially capable. And with 4 kids, we had to study in a public school when my parents got separated. So yun na naging parang start ng life ko. That's why I had like this drive to somehow, hey, I gotta make it with whatever I have. And I was lucky enough to be given this opportunity because, I applied for sa isang airline company. And I also auditioned in ABS-CBN after doing a show sa Channel 9. But when I applied sa isang airline company, eto na, malabo yung mata ko. Wala pang LASIK at that time. So talagang, that simple twist of fate got me there sa showbiz.
Pero
30 years after, I'm still here.
sumikat ka nung Viva Hot Babe,
Yes.
but ang problem, there were misconceptions that came with it.
Just having that stigma of being she's a sexy actress, ganon. That was tough for me, but swerte lang ako that I ended up with Viva. They gave me that opportunity to be able to prove myself. One project after another to somehow help me remove that stigma that It was hard, but ang naging mantra ko naman sa life has always been, especially in our industry, it was good or bad publicity is still a good publicity. So whatever they say, bad or good, I didn't let it get to me.
Matibay ka.
I never read news, I don't watch news, or at least I try not to. Para at least, you don't, kasi you'll get affected. Tao ka lang, di ba? Maraming masasabi sa'yo, and you cannot even defend yourself, especially before. You didn't have social media to somehow express yourself.
Paano mo nilabanan na hindi ka maipit sa ganong image lamang?
Hindi naman siya consciously. I mean, the choices of shows, the choices of characters, roles, syempre, iba na. Some actresses, they don't like mother roles. They don't want grandma roles. I'll give it to me. Give me all those roles. Because for me, there's no such thing as a small role. Only small actors.
Andrea, isa ka sa mga Pilipina with the most beautiful face.
Wow.
Totoo yun. Isa ka sa pinakamaganda. Nasabi ko na
thank
yan
you.
noon. I remember before, lumabas sa balita na kahit si Vin Diesel,
Wow.
parang asked you out.
Yes.
Ano nangyari doon?
We were just in Hollywood Boulevard kasi. And di ba parang kang pumunta sa BGC niyan eh. And then you go to a bar and then you see Richard Gutierrez there, that kind of setup. And then there he was. And then that's how I met him. He approached me and asked for my name, asked for my phone number. So we went to his house. We were a bunch of people. It's like a house party. Then I got to know him. Nagkakwentuhan kami. May kakambal siya. Ayun, naaliw siya sa akin. Oh, may twin ka rin pala. Something like that. And then he invited me again. The next day, hanggang ganun lang.
Oo.
Nothing
Unfortunately,
happened.
ano nangyari?
Unfortunately, I had to go back to the Philippines. We communicated for a while. Back in the day, wala pang social media kasi. Di ba, wala pang Instagram, puro emails lang. So yun, hanggang ganun lang. Nagpa-picture ako sa kanya nung time na yun.
As a
Pero
fan?
parang he didn't like kasi nga, it was a party. So sabi ko, don't worry, I'll delete it. I understand, I'm also an actress in my country. Eh, syempre, fan mode ka rin, di ba? Hanggang ganun lang yun. And then, unfortunately, hanggang ganun lang talaga.
And how old were you then? You must have been in your 20s.
Yes, I was in my 20s. 20 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
You were a breadwinner at
Yes.
a very young age.
Yes.
Ikwento mo paano mo natulungan ang pamilya mo nung nag-aartista ka.
I was the only one earning. So, yung iba, tinaray ko pag-aralin. But fast forward, nag-reunite din kami ng father ko eh.
Nagkabalikan sila?
Hindi sila nagkabalikan, but we were able to connect before he passed away. Yun, and then he was able to help us naman, and then, but like the usual story, I would send money to my brothers, put them to school, help my mom out, ganon.
Yung tatay mo ba, did you go through a phase na galit ka sa kanya that he left your family?
It was my mom who left him eh. I don't know kung dapat ko ito ikwento, pero he had his demons. He wasn't a perfect dad when it comes to certain things. May mga bisyo siya that he asked forgiveness for. But of course, when I got older, I realized ko that he was just really human. And he had a lot of mistakes and he had a lot of faults. And that's it. There was a lot of forgiveness before he passed away.
What was that like? Ikwento mo, seeing your dad going through that process of forgiveness.
He lived in Calatagan, kung saan kami, in that house.
Sa Batangas?
Sa Batangas. And we reunited. And there was even one day wherein my mom's second husband was there. Because my mom is married to an American. The whole family was in the house. So yun yung parang, kumbaga sa pelikula, yun yung ending ng story namin. It started when he saw me do sexy movies. I remember that naiiyak ako.
Go ahead. Oo. I remember. It's okay. Yeah.
So he was in our balcony, and then sabi niya, I saw the movie, and he said, why did you do that? Ganun. And I said, I'm not gonna get into details what I said, but I know he was sad that I had to do it. But I didn't ask permission kasi. Because we were not talking. And then, yun lang yung time na napag-usapan namin when we somehow reconnected.
Looking back, did you somehow regret that you had to go and do these sexy movies?
No. It was a choice. Alam ko naman yung magiging consequences, di ba? And I always believe that, whatever you decide to do in life, good or bad, you have to face the consequences and just learn from it. At the time, it felt like the right thing to do. It felt like I didn't have any choice. We're all given a chance anyway to redeem ourselves, which I was lucky enough to be able to do in life. So, hey, no regrets, di ba? And now that I talk to my daughter, there are things that I can impart to her. Hey, don't do that because I did something like that, and you know what happened to me. So, ganun eh, di ba? Those things, whatever experience we go through in life are there for a reason. Ito yung parang medyo nagkamali lang ako sa size, but this is our memory box. This is the most important part of the house.
Oh, wow.
Because ito lahat to kay Bea to. This is her first Bible.
You are so sentimental.
This is one of her diaries.
So, tinago po niya ang unang Biblia ng anak
Bea's
niya.
Journey.
Wow.
There.
Oo.
So, meron siyang mga...
Pati yung kanyang lumang passports.
This one I did when she was in the hospital.
Oh.
So, lahat ng nangyari...
Ito yun?
Ito yung una kong nalamang may problema siya. So, ito yung lahat ng mga nangyari sa kanya.
Andrea, you are such a hands-on mom na sobrang...
May time gumawa ng ganito. Correct.
Wow.
So, ikinuwento ko lang because, my memory is not so good. So, what I
And
said.
how do you
And
feel
this
when
one
you
was the
see
one
this?
in her crib. Oh, di ba?
Grabe ka.
And guys, look at this. Bea was in the front page of the Chicago Tribune.
No way.
Na binabasa ni Oprah, December 25, Christmas Day.
Bakit
Siya
siya
yan.
nilagay sa cover?
Babies that spend Christmas in hospitals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, yung kanyang congenital disease,
she had
nasa
to
ospital.
stay in the hospital for a long time because of her condition. After a while, I had to take her home. Nag-crash course ako ng nursing.
Nag-nursing ka para sa
Nag-nursing
anak
ako
mo?
for her. I would administer her
Injections.
PPN, lahat. I would swaddle her, do it myself. So they will send cooler of all her nutritions, inaano sa IV, and I would do it myself.
Wow! So ito ang side ni Andrea na hindi alam ng marami.
Yes.
They don't know
Yes,
this.
nursing.
Nursing.
So, what else? Oh yeah, another thing is I took up Masters of Entrepreneurship.
So, So,
Yeah.
wait, you are a registered nurse?
Not registered. Parang
Oo.
ano siya, yung crash course.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay. You are a single mother. Napakahirap nun, maging isang single mother. At hindi lang yon, yung anak mo was born with
Yes.
a rare
Congenital
disease.
So she was born with this rare congenital disease called jejunal atresia. Nalaman ko siya nung nasa loob siya. I was having this parang procedure done wherein, di ba yung may picture sa loob, yung habang nasa loob siya, and then the technician told me, hey, I think there's something wrong with your baby kasi it was in America. So he showed me an image and lo and behold, merong parang grape-like image on the ultrasound. That's when it all started.
Ano ba yun?
In layman's term, bull yung bituka niya. They had to cut a big portion of it and she was left with a very short gut. That's why she was also diagnosed of having a short gut syndrome. Ayun, I asked myself, Lord, ano ba to? Nakarma ba ako? Is this something that you are doing to punish me? So I had all these questions. I was blaming myself. As a mother, you can't help but blame yourself, right? Where did I go wrong and all? And of course, because of my journey as a Christian, I learned that karma is actually an ancient Indian idea wherein, it's a consequence of your actions. But in Christianity, it's taught that our destiny is based on our belief in Jesus Christ and not ourselves. Mahirap kasi hindi mo alam kung one day ano ba to, babalik ba to, is this a recurring thing? Or,
Anong nangyayari sa kanya?
For instance, just last January, we had a major surgery again. So they found something. Yung nutrition niya kind of affected. Lifetime, challenge.
And bilang ina, ang sakit na nakikita mo yung anak mo na nahihirapan.
Yes, oo. It's hard, but at the same time, natutuwa ako dun sa sudden maturity niya because of yung mga pinagdadaanan niya. For instance, tinanong ko siya, Bea, what did you learn from that surgery we had this January? Mom, there's this Bible verse that kept me going. He said, Romans 8:18, the pain that you are feeling is nothing compared to the joy that is yet to come. So sabi ko, so nakita yan. So, yeah, Mom, kala mo, when I was having my surgery, I collected all these Bible verses. And I'm like, huh? Yeah. I tried to keep it light, but inside I was like, wow. I don't know if I'm even that matured because yung surgery niya recently was kind of major. Parang nag-CS siya. You know CS.
Of course.
It was painful, right? So and I'm like, you know what? You are my idol. I am actually amazed by you. It's like, you don't understand. You may not understand it now, but I'm telling you, if people know your story, how many lives you're gonna touch. But in your time, kasi sabi niya, Mommy, please don't talk to people about it yet. When I'm ready, I will talk about it. Sabi ko, okay. So
How many surgeries has she had?
Oh, a lot. So we started with several surgeries and then we had the total parental nutrition. She was like a little bionic baby. I would have my backpack, nasa Amerika kami. So, and then a feeding pump, and then a total parental nutrition machine on the other side. So, do my laundry. Ganun yung ano ko, while we were having those procedures done. I lost count but so many.
More than 10?
More.
Wow.
Minsan nga, kinukuha na siyang dugo, parang, oh, are you done? Ganon na siya kasanay. That actually, she wants to be a doctor. So, hopefully.
Was she ever in a life and death situation? Yung natakot ka bilang ina?
Oh yeah, recently. We almost had a possibility of sepsis. So, I mean, nagkaroon kami ng mga episodes kasi that she would faint. I'm not gonna get into details, but one travel, we went to Argentina with Anthony. Doon yung parang medyo, yun ay major, na I was carrying her. We rushed to the hospital. Only Anthony knows how to speak Spanish. So, you know, it was, yun yung scared because I didn't know what was happening.
Did you cry out to the Lord at that time?
Oh, of course. Lampas langit, you can relate.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like sometimes you don't even... I remember when I was wheeling her to the emergency room and then she said, Mom, why can't I feel God right now? I was trying to hold my tears, right? Like, no, you know, you don't feel Him, but He is around. You may not know the right prayers to say, but you know what? He could read your heart. But can you imagine my heart? It was like... it stopped a beat. I remember I was like, Lord, I don't know the prayers anymore that I need to say to you right now, but just read my heart. That was it. Yeah. It was complete surrender. I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by wonderful people. I'm part of a D group. Her name is Earl Beho and her husband. They were with me at the time. Yeah, I was just lucky enough to be sent by God, people to help me along the way.
What happened to your former partner, Bea's father?
He's around. Can we not talk about him?
Pero are they in good terms?
I don't ask that anymore. I don't even try to convince her to do whatever. At the end of the day, she lived her life knowing that she has fathers, God, Anthony, and whoever. So it's between her and the dad. So that's my stand there.
Okay, look at this. Oh.
So yan, first painting. So she did that. First food.
Oh.
First pout. First haircut. There.
You are...
First food.
You're such a senti mom. Sa ospital, oh.
Yeah.
Ito yung na-discover na may congenital disease siya. Buhol-buhol kasi yung kanyang bituka. Oh.
That's my stepdad. That's
Ito.
my sister. That's my mom. My brother. My twin brother. Yung sister ko, reporter na siya sa
Amerika.
Ito yung doctor ko na nag-ano sa kanya.
Tingnan niyo po
Mga
ito. Oh.
nurses.
You are our little Bea, our only little Bea.
This
you make
is
us happy when skies are gray. Sinong gumawa nito?
Ito, gumawa nito, the hospital. Even the first.
So it's Andreas
Yeah.
Super Mom.
This is mine. This is my baptism dress. So it's for her someday. I don't know if she wants to keep it, but it's there.
Wow, you really treasure memories.
Yeah.
Ang galing mo.
Mallet. I know.
Yeah.
Polo ball.
Oo.
So ang dami lang meron din akong diary ko when I was going through it. That's my diary.
Yes. Oo.
Para for her to read someday. Bea's relationship kasi with Anthony is like, it's very special. Ngayon ko lang yata narinig yun. Ba't sabi ko, ba't sila nag-I love you? Ba't ako hindi ako wala nag-I love you sa akin? Nakakatuwa,
Yeah.
di ba? Kasi we're very close with the daughter of Anthony as well. We're lucky. Because I'm happy that Bea has that male figure in her life. They're into sports. The family is an amazing family. They've embraced us with open arms. I'm happy that Bea grew up in that kind of environment.
So I think context for the audience, you are with Anthony Garcia, who is a businessman.
He's actually a professional polo player.
Oh, yun. Oo.
Oo.
How would you describe this relationship? It's been many years.
Yeah. We started off as friends. We are neighbors in Calatagan, Batangas, and that's how I met him. As I was going around, diba, I got into politics at one point, and that's how we started to become friends. And then one thing led to another, and then, and then we started to see each other. Ayun. Pero yung foundation talaga namin, talagang magkaibigan kami, which was really, really good. Oo.
Do you want to get married?
In the long run, yes. Eventually. But, yeah, why not?
Naiiyak ka na.
Oo,
But feeling
napaisip
ko
no?
naiiyak ka doon.
Siyempre, that's the plan. It's something that you don't rush into, but of course, di ba, yun. I always tell Anthony that, if it's just the two of us, it's not gonna succeed. The relationship is not gonna succeed. We have to have God as the head, the center of our relationship, or else it's bound to fail. So I'm happy naman because Anthony is starting to, get to know
The Lord.
and our faith.
Oo.
So welcome to the second floor.
Oh.
I'll show you our painting room. I
Okay.
painted that.
Ay, you did?
Yeah.
Magaling ka, dear.
This was my friend who did that. Kung
This
saan
is-
ako nag-aral ng painting. His name
Oo.
is Alfred Galvez. He painted me.
Wait, he owns a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a
Alfred
muralist.
Galvez.
Yeah,
Yes, muralist, yes.
Wow.
So, when I was a vice mayor, we painted schools
Oo.
together. Yung mga daycare centers.
Nag-vice mayor ka, 1 term, 2 terms.
1 term lang.
And ba't di mo tinuloy ang politika?
When you're a public servant, your priority is your
Yeah,
constituents.
of course.
So, that's what happened. So, si Bea went to the bottom
Oh,
of the
oo.
priority list, and at the time, I couldn't do it. I couldn't leave her 3 days of the week here in the Philippines with the maid all alone by herself, and that's the reason why.
And ito,
This one, I painted this. That's me, self-portrait. I also painted that. This one I didn't, but I studied this.
Ang galing,
I painted this, I painted...
wow, you
My daughter
are
painted-
an artist.
My daughter painted this. Oh.
You have a lot of work. Ang galing.
Ito yung messages ng mga nurses kay Bea.
Oh.
Sabi, a new beginning is about to begin.
Yeah.
Bea.
Day again. Ang galing.
Sila yan.
Ito napaka-special sa'yo.
Super.
Because, syempre, agaw buhay si Bea sa
Yeah.
ospital.
Yeah.
Would you say Bea is a living miracle?
Every day.
So this is your second floor na
Yeah.
parang this is your
TV
family
room.
area.
This
This is
is the
so nice.
Tapos itong balcony lang namin, ginawa lang namin siyang parang painting area. Yan, ganyan siya.
Ganda,
Kinonvert
ha?
lang namin na...
This is so,
So good. Ang
this
init,
is so
sorry.
nice. Isipin nyo, dati, it was a space na hindi nagagamit.
Hindi nagagamit. Kasi
balcony.
nung nag-COVID, pinasarado ko. And then it became our go-to place. We would create things and just... Pa rin ako,
Wait, Andrea, you are an artist. You really are. Even, just look how you did this place. Ginawa mo to?
Hindi, mag-evolve pa yan, magkamali lang ako, ang dami masyado nilagay.
No,
So,
pero ang
ito,
ganda.
Kalatagan, kina Anthony.
Ito.
So, I paint whatever.
Do you want to sell?
I did that.
Still life. Ito, ikaw to.
I did that.
Tingnan, ganyan na. Oh, let's look at your art.
Hindi, kung ano lang to. Nagkamali ako dyan.
Ay,
Pero
look at,
I did
itong
Yung mga
series
ganon.
na to, ang ganda, this series.
Women, ayan, mothers. So,
Oo.
I'm doing series of moms
Look
now.
at this, ang detalye po ng mukha. Did you take a
Tatanggalin ko
painting
pa.
class? You did, formally?
I did. May certificate. Ganun.
Ay, gusto ko na rin po.
Yes.
Ako na nga mag-i-enroll kay Alfred.
Yes, I'll
Oo.
connect you.
Paano nakatulong ang painting sa mental health mo?
It's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Yun yung naging outlet kasi 'di ba we couldn't do tapings. We hardly do shows. So, I had an easel, my paint, my canvas, and you know, yun yung parang way to distress.
Yeah, de-stress. Totoo yun.
I'm doing one now. Puro mga mommies. Si
Oo.
Regine, pipaint ko rin
So
siya.
you like mothers?
Yeah. Oh, ayan, that's
This is Regine Tolentino.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint her.
Oo.
Wala pa. Ano pa?
Galing ha? Tingnan niyo po
gosh.
ito, oh. Classic
Medyo.
Filipina beauty. Ano ka dito in your 20s?
Hindi, ito lang.
Ito yan?
2 years ago.
Oh, look at that.
Ito naman, guys.
You are
Medyo
the
payat pa ako ng konti.
classic Filipina
dyan.
beauty.
Oh, thank you. Oh, guys, tingnan mo, memory.
Oh, wow!
Oh, ha? Oh.
At one time
At
in
one
my
time,
life,
yes.
ang pagiging vice mayor
Yes.
ni Andrea.
Oh, ito pa. Okay, isa na hindi
So, nag-public servant
Public
check na.
servant check. Beauty queen check.
Ah.
Miss Close-Up Smile. Top 10, Miss
Deserving.
Earth.
Andrea del Rosario, Metro Manila.
Kala nyo alam nyo ba yun? Oh.
Sa
FHM
FHM.
Sexiest,
Wow.
sa hindi nakakaalam, check.
Check.
Polo player, check. Pa. Oh, kala nyo Oh,
Hindi
yun
ka
po.
natatakot mga bayo?
Hindi na.
Hindi na?
Oo.
Pero
I've been
yun-
doing it since, right now, 5 years na. We're fortunate enough kasi to use really
The
good
polo, yeah.
horses, diba? Of
Oo,
Mikey.
oo.
And then, he imports professional polo players
Yeah,
from
to
Argentina.
teach you.
So, how can you not learn, diba?
Yeah. How did you have an encounter with Christ? What was that tipping point?
No, I studied kasi in a Baptist school. So, yun yung parang foundation ko. And then, it was just recently that I got to know my church, CCF. And before you know it, God was just changing so many things in my life. Relational, career, financial.
Oh.
Tapos meron din siyang ni-restore. Di ba?
Sino yung ni-restore?
Ni-restore was my immediate family.
Wow.
My mom, my brothers. There was a point wherein we were not talking for years because of so many reasons, no? Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, mga 5 years ko yata hindi nakausap ang mami ko. Katulad din ng father ko, we were able to rekindle the relationship. There was a lot of forgiveness and yan, restoration.
Malaking bagay yun.
Yes.
Healing with your mother and your
Yes.
siblings.
Very important. Even my father before he passed away, my mom recently, ay nako, ito na naman ako. So, yeah, ganun. Ang galing ni Lord. Marami pang kailangan ayusin, di ba? Meron pa ring mga the stigma. Oh, she's this, she's that. Oh, she did this, she did that. But God has been gracious and faithful that before it used to affect me, now no. I mean, I'm like, okay, this is where I'm at now and this is me now, diba? Ganun.
So your life story is really one of restoration and forgiveness.
Yes, and the most important forgiveness of all was forgiving myself. Forgiving myself that I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough to fight some evil in the world. That I didn't really have such a strong relationship with God that time. That it led me to a lot of
So
mistakes.
Okay. So how are you and your mom now?
Amazing. Napaka-importante nun sa akin because, you know, she's already 70 years old. That alone is like a wonderful gift. So yun, simula nung na-restore ko yung relationship sa mom ko, so many things in my life just somehow got better. This one, galing Boracay.
Ito?
Yeah.
Ang ganda.
Itong set na to.
Alam mo,
it's by
bilib
an
ako sa mga
artist.
nahanap mo.
It was an artist that sold it to me.
Oo.
Galing, nakakatawa. Oh, sorry. My screen door is broken.
No, it's fine. Okay, let's move
Mga
here.
old furniture.
Now,
ano to,
ayan,
restaurant.
okay.
Ano ko magulo dito, Miss
Ito ang
Karen?
cute ng, gusto ko yung idea lang na to. I like this, na meron kang cafe area here.
Yeah.
Dati ito sa restaurant mo, ikwento mo ngayon, na-interview
So,
kita nun.
Yeah, I had a restaurant before na wherein sinashowcase ko lahat ng longganisa.
Oo, ang sarap nun.
Yes.
Yung kanyang longganisa restaurant.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to revive it. It's
Oo,
just that
at
it
what
took so much
happened?
of my time. I also run for office. So many things happened. And unfortunately, wala akong point person that could take care of all those things for me while I was gone. But I still collect. See, I
Ganda.
collect those things.
Ganda.
Medyo
Very
ano.
beautiful. Oo.
Yeah. Ano yan? Sabitan ng kaldero.
Oo, di ba?
Ikaw, sabitan ng kaldero.
Oo. And even this,
Ito,
galing
old
restaurant
dining
ito?
ko, the old dining table
Nice.
ko.
Oo. If you were to look at Andrea before and today, are you a different person?
Wow, I never reflected on Andrea before. Pero siguro medyo pipingutin ko si Andrea before. Definitely may tingot si Andrea before. Yeah. You know, I'm in my 40s and as I look back, syempre, maraming changes.
Anong naituro sa'yo ng pagiging single mother?
It taught me how to be grateful every day of my life. And I think yun ang parang biggest blessing every time I see her. You cannot help but reflect back up there every day, every time she comes here, every time we have a wonderful conversation. Siguro laging line ng parents, oh, you know, she's so smart. I'm also amazed of how she turned out to be and how she has matured and how smart she is.
And how brave she is.
How brave she is. She rides, she plays polo, she plays volleyball, and right after surgery, she had a tournament. Like, who are you?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I'm so proud. I can't help but be grateful every day.
What is your favorite life verse? Your biblical verse?
Oof, John 3:16, which is, for God so loved the world that He gave His only Son. Whoever believes in Him shall not perish and have an everlasting life. So, I've always held on to that, diba? So, yeah, that's basically it.
Anong gusto mo sabihin sa mga kababaihan na nanonood ngayon sa'yo?
You'll never get lost if you always refer back to Him. Whatever you're going through, however dark and gloomy it may be, you know, the most important thing is look for the light in the right place, and that is through Him and Him alone. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. You'll get lost if you look for it somewhere else. Sa mga moms na ganito rin, na yung journey rin nila is the same as what I'm going through. We have all these challenges because we're special. God saw that we are special enough to handle situations like this. It's actually because He wants us closer to Him. On that note, I pray and I hope that all of you will have a wonderful relationship with God and find your solace in Him. So that's it.